Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I am Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Sure did.
Yes. Still in Rhode Island.
Still in Rhode Island. Back from Newport.
Yes.
Yes.
Back from Newport. They didn't go very far at all.
No.
This was one of those episodes where they just kind of took a rotation through the ladies and like, what's everyone up to?
Well, it was a lot of like personal story of like, let's catch up the husband and let's catch up the family. And it was quieter moments.
Until it wasn't.
Until the storm. Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, if you are just finding us, we are two husbands, each other's husbands, and we watch The Real Housewives and we talk about it. So, we think we have something special to say. And apparently there's about 1,000 other people out there plus who think we do too. So hopefully you're one of them. If you've been leaving comments, we do love them. Leave more. We love them. But social media has completely boggled my mind because I guess it's, uniting people, bringing people together, because one of the earlier episodes of Rhode Island,
The Studio 54 party.
yes, we commented on the lovely lady with gray braids who walked through the door spinning and just absolutely she was having so much fun. And we posted a little clip on TikTok and everything about it. And people who know her reached out to let us know who she was
On Instagram. And then also, so basically, someone was like, that's my friend. She's really great. And we're like, we think she's great too. She seemed like she was having the most fun. And she's like, that's who she is. She's the life of the party.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
It was very, very nice. I was worried. We were worried at first because we thought that maybe they thought we were kind of making fun of her, which absolutely was not our intention. No. That short clip of her was just wow, she looks like so much fun.
Right. She's in the bounce house. She's just doesn't care.
Yeah. Just the fact that she walks through that door and is like, oh, wee. So apparently her name is Anna or something or another, or Anna. I don't know, with one N. And I'm just so mystery solved. I think
because you're like, who is this? And then we found out. Right. And also she follows us on TikTok.
I know.
We followed her back and we're like, we're not worthy. And she's like, no, you are.
Yeah.
Only good vibes here. Something to that effect.
Something to that effect.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's just wonderful. I mean, it shows how small this world is, and two, how small Rhode Island truly is.
Yes.
So, like the fact that someone's like, oh, well, we know that person. Apparently, dear friend of Liz's, goes way back.
Yes.
So it explains why she was at Liz's party. So.
Yes, for sure.
I just think that's absolutely wonderful, and I just love that. I don't know, just
because no one was really talking about her, and you would think something that Andy would latch onto, or someone that Watch What Happens Live would see, and because they focus on her twice.
Yeah.
But
And of all the background people at that party, she clearly had the most unique sort of look and energy. I mean, at least to me, it was apparent. So I just think it's fantastic that now we know the answer. And I mean, I'll still call her Lady with Gray Braids, but it's just fantastic. I want her to spin more. It's so good. And when you have braids that long, I mean, you gotta whip those things around. I mean, come on.
She's like, hold my beer, Stevie Nicks.
Yes. So, but we're not here to talk about Gray Hair Diva, Gray Braid Diva. We're here to talk about this week's episode.
Right.
Episode 7 or 8. I think it's episode 8.
Might be 8.
It's 8 because if Atlanta was 7, this is 8.
Okay.
Yes, we're always one ahead on Rhode Island.
Gotcha. It's funny because we got a preview for next week. Well, maybe it's not next week. Maybe it's the week. Because we didn't get a preview for Atlanta. And we thought that's because there wouldn't be an episode. But maybe we'll see.
We need to check our local listing.
Yes.
We definitely need to.
Local listing. Yes, indeed.
So where did the pit stop around Rhode Island start today? It wasn't with Alicia. It was was it with Kelsey moving into her new apartment?
No, that was later. It was more so... it was Rosie talking to Rich and telling him about the whole Kelsey thing, that they made up in Newport.
Oh, okay.
And they're in a good place. And she was like, I will have her over to cut my hair. And that will,
Right. That's what they were setting up the ending there.
Yes.
With Kelsey coming over. I like that you're remembering all the husbands' names.
Sometimes it comes at me, or comes like, oh yeah, Billy, because there's Billy and there's Bill,
right.
And there's Rich, and there's Jerry,
and Brian. Is Rulla's husband Brian?
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and then actually the first scene was Alicia conquering her fear of driving.
Oh God.
Why not say I have a fear of driving because I run over people?
I don't know what that is. She also made it seem like she has the bridge fear, because the whole thing was that she wanted to drive over a bridge.
Right.
And that's what was preventing her from dropping her daughter off and picking her daughter off up at dance class.
Yes.
So, Yeah, but the good thing she had a crackers. You need to have a crackers. Normally you get some water, some rose water, and some
peppermint oil to keep her alert.
Keep yeah.
A good playlist and some gum.
Yeah, good playlist, of course.
Yes, I like. She was telling. Yeah.
Well, now I see. Now I jinxed
Billy.
You. Yes.
About the whole thing with Rulla and her husband, and I love that his first thing was, well, anyone could put like a timestamp, and I'm like, that's the world we live in, where people can't trust receipts.
Right.
You have to like see it with your own eyes in person, live, in order to be like. Otherwise, that's AI. That's AI. The mistress just created that. Surely that video is nothing.
I don't know. Like, I personally don't think I care whether Rulla's being cheated on or not. I just
at this point,
at the end of it, I don't. I believe she is, because I just don't think that they're all making this up.
And he just seems really sus.
Yeah.
Which really, I mean, we just skip ahead to the dinner.
To Mumbles McGee.
Yes, in a very awkward dinner.
Yes.
Talking about all his, I microdose Ozempic. I take steroids when I feel like I've lost too much weight. And then I get some Botox or some whatever in my face to fill it out.
I mean, he wasn't completely out of left field with that, because Alicia was talking about, wanting Botox, but she was afraid to do it or something.
Did you say, like, that's very interesting information, or I'm fascinated by this information?
She said something like that. She's like, oh, I feel like I've had a science lesson now. I forget what it was, but it was... Alicia has a really uncanny way with words, and I should remember them a lot more than I do. Because
it's so deadpan. I don't think she means it to be deadpan.
Right. It's very, very delivered very dryly.
Yes.
So,
but I told you last week she was going to chicken out, and she did.
She did, yes.
I mean, understandably so. I think if she was more so a person who wanted to create drama and knew how to move a story, because she's not that person, she would have dropped the bomb. But she was like, this is a nice dinner. I want them to like be happy. I can't tell them about the video.
Here's the thing, and maybe this says oodles about my character, but I wouldn't tell her in front of him.
No, we talked about this.
That is so awkward. Like, I don't know in what world you'd be like, oh, I mean, especially because, of course, he's going to be like, well, that's not true. And you're going to completely shrug it off. Like, that is not an environment that's conducive to getting to the bottom of what's actually going on. He's just going to go ahead and deflect everything.
But if you want to present it so they can both discuss the information as opposed to like her carrying it back to him, I think you kind of have to have that element of surprise for both of them. Otherwise, he's like set up by her to like, by Rulla to be prepared to say like, of course not, Okay, so we just had friends come over on Saturday for dinner. Now imagine if one of them sat down and was like, so... I saw this video, Jeff. Scott was hugging another guy. Like for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. And when he said he was, picking his mother up at the hospital or whatever. like you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You'd just be like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Like they would have to come equipped with the video. They'd have to show, it would just be a whole routine. And I don't think Alicia was prepared for any of that.
I think though she could have, I'm sure like, what's her name? Joellen could have sent her the video. She could have said like, here.
See, I think what it would need to be, you would have to go to like be aside without me there, have someone explain it to you. So you could ask all the questions you'd want to ask to get to the bottom of it. They'd have to provide you a copy of the video. You'd have to watch it yourself probably 10 or 15 times. And then you would confront your significant other about that. Like, I just don't think that's anything that you would ever just be like, yeah, what's this? You would have to be prepared for it. I think anyone would need time to absorb the information and develop a strategy as how they're going to catch their lying liar who lies in their lie,
True. It just, she could have just said, like, pushed it across the table and said, I got this from Joellen. Just wanted you to know, sis. And let the chips fall.
Yeah, I think that's a situation where, like, they need to meet for coffee or tea or something somewhere. I'm thinking on Orange County where Gina and everyone kept meeting for tea or coffee last season.
Oh, like with Jen trying to like come to Jesus.
Yeah, I just feel like some neutral kind of light and airy place where like, hey, I'm not here to bust your balls, but this is what I found out. So, yeah,
she just maybe next season. By next season, Alicia will have like more of the gumption, but yeah.
Well, I'm sure by the end of this season, someone will have, I'm sure this will all come to a nice, clear...
Well, by the end of the season, I think Rulla has him arrested for stalking. So, yet to come.
Yeah. Also, I thought it was weird, like, that they catered that dinner. Like, it was very odd.
I think it's weird whenever housewives cater a dinner. Like, I mean...
Like, catering a large dinner, fine.
Yes.
Like, if it was, like, 20 people, cater
it's like
away.
4 people.
Yeah.
It just seems like, who are you trying to impress?
I mean, the little crostini that had something on it looked really tasty. I did want to eat
Every
those.
housewife does it, and I'm like, we didn't need a chef for this.
No, we didn't. I mean, at least she came out and asked about... That's what set off the weird conversation, was she asked if you wanted your steaks cooked more than medium, and he's like, oh, I have to have mine medium well because the blood smells just like you're cutting a tendon. And it's just like, no one needed to.
See that and the whole like, yeah, you can tell that pizza's real. It's not from a can. He really is Mumbles McGee.
Yeah, and given that he's, I would say, with my own, guessing and what the information I know, that he's 80% cheating on her. I don't care.
I would say like 80% filler or steroids.
Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, that's something to, consider with the Ozempic and the GLP-1s. Like, you do lose muscle mass, and so you got to work on that.
Totally.
But, yeah.
I don't think steroids is the...
I didn't need to know. Well, I mean, I don't think he's necessarily injecting human growth hormone. He might be taking, like, prednisone or something.
I don't know.
But I didn't need to know his whole, like, dosing routine.
Yeah. He's been microdosing Ozempic for 2 years.
Yeah. And when's he been getting to the tanning booth to keep that skin nice?
I mean, in between the podiatry appointments.
He's a podiatrist?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Because, like, Alicia said something like, he doesn't do that by feeling foots.
Right. Okay, so Rulla, obviously Rulla's not going anywhere. She's done. I mean, for this week, we have nothing
Liz was pretty benign of making a menopause gummy with Dolores.
Right. Where I'm very curious, because she made it seem like it's not necessarily THC that's in there, but I have to imagine there's some THC in there. How many were they eating? Like, and how quickly did they work? Because
they were popping them like candy.
I know, and that's the dangerous thing about anything edible with THC, is that like it kicks in about an hour later.
I'm sure that it wasn't like as much as like we thought. They could have just maybe replayed a few like movements of them popping out. I don't think they were like...
Well, they had the whole tray, and then like...
I think they were popping them out.
Right.
They like for fun while they're having that conversation about menopause. I don't think they were actually like freaking gremlins. I don't know, white gremlins.
I don't know.
That's like eating a lot of food. Yum yum yum.
I'm gonna go Cookie Monster.
There you go.
They weren't potty monsters. That's potty monsters, a whole different thing. Sorry. Yeah, I mean also it makes me wonder if like she was already like on something before she showed up. She's like, I haven't felt this good in forever.
I feel like Liz is always on something. Look at my foot. Looks like a bag of dicks.
I was like, my first thought was like, you can't be giving that away for free. People pay for that sort of thing. You're just gonna show your foot on national television? Gosh.
Also, it was a chance for her to be like, hey, remember Dolores, guys?
Yeah.
I'm sure Dolores is like, oh look, there I am.
But we also forgot, she mentioned that Dolores has been involved in the weed industry because of Frank.
I forgot about Frank.
Completely forgot.
Totally forgot about that.
Well, I mean, New Jersey's been years since we've had any reminder about anything going on.
It seemed like it was kind of a random afterthought, like
right.
Frank getting into the weed business.
No, I think it's one of his streams of income. So, but yeah,
no one has a normal stream of income.
Well,
Housewives.
They're all influencers and celebrities.
Which, speaking of influencers, Ashley.
Oh, what a good segue
right?
we walked ourselves into. Ashley was hanging out at her house with her mom, Audrey.
Right.
And
maybe the namesake of her restaurant.
Yeah, my understanding through all the things that I read about the show is that Audrey's was a business that existed before they owned it, and I believe it was named Audrey's before. But I could be wrong. It could have been a coffee shop that they renamed Audrey after her mom. But it's coincidental or not. It's what's the word? Apropos, I suppose.
Yes.
So
basically, Ashley's thing was her son's okay now. She depends on her mom to help her out. Mm-hmm. She did some influencing on the side with her friend, Lizzie.
Yeah, her friend.
And she thinks that Jared should do more influencing because he would make more money from that than the business, which is crazy, but that's the world we live in.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
That was the gist of her.
Yeah, that really was the gist.
And she feels like she's getting closer to the women after the Newport trip.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Making adult friends.
I think the question was, or was that asked of Rosie earlier, was, do you feel you're more assimilated into the group?
Yes.
I was like, I don't know that I want to be assimilated into the group, but...
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. I thought it was really. I wonder when she started doing her influencing bit on camera. I was like, I wonder if she charged those people extra. I hope so.
You're getting me, and then you're gonna get the Housewives.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what. I mean, she didn't really mention what the business.
She didn't say
was.
the name, probably because Housewives would be like.
Right. Exactly.
Pretty sure she's like, no.
I bet you we could zoom in on those. I'm sure it's already on Reddit. Someone's already figured out what was that stuff Ashley was selling.
Right. So, for like a house something.
Some sort of spray. I don't know.
So spray. It was Febreze. Like beyond the gates. So speaking of houses, Joellen went to her grandfather's house.
Yes, I forgot about that part.
Who recently passed away, and her mother showed up and her sister. And she got right into it. Why didn't you love me?
Yeah, I think you and I turned to each other at the exact same time in unison and said, oh, this goes
as well.
I was also answering a work email during the bulk of that, but I feel like that was a very awkward conversation.
Not
just that it was awkward, but I do feel like Joellen was trying to make more of it than it necessarily needed to be. She's like trying to make it all happen right now in this moment in this intensity when her mom was
the
giving
scene.
It. Exactly.
This is the scene. She got her mom to do the scene. Her mom clearly got her hair done. She expected like, oh, we're going to talk about grandpa. Da, da, da. And then it's just like, why didn't you love me? Why you created this monster you see before you?
Why were you such a horrible mother?
Yeah, I'm a bitch because of you. And it's like, well,
yeah,
you know, and it came down to what we've already heard, that her mom's mother wasn't a great mom and didn't mother her well. And so she passed that along to her kids. And now Joellen's trying to break the cycle. And her mom apologized for being hurtful. She really couldn't give a good answer though why she sent her away 3 times.
Yeah, that's where I feel like nothing was actually resolved with that. It was just very, very forced.
Like your behavior, what was my behavior? The lies.
Running around people you weren't supposed to be running around with.
Boys?
Like, boys?
Yeah.
3 years though. That's just crazy.
3 separate visits though. Like one didn't take. After one, and then also sent the sister. There's more to that story.
There has to be more to that.
Like that just seems really extreme. I don't doubt that it happened, but it's like, why was that your only answer?
Have we heard about Joellen's father?
I think he passed away because her grandfather was like her father.
Right.
Yeah.
I do wonder that if it's maybe that, as a single mom, things were real tough for her, and maybe it was like, I'm going to get this off my hands so I can focus, on just staying alive or, surviving.
Right.
So I'm not trying to make excuses for, her mom.
They should go to family therapy next season.
No, I don't want to see therapy. I don't like it I don't like therapy on Housewives.
But because
it's always just one episode of therapy. Like, it'd be kind of neat if like every episode they showed like them going to therapy.
Well, you remember Jen Aiden? We went to therapy with them like a few times.
Oh, that's true.
That older woman like in her like back room, and
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was very weird. So that was really much Joellen's situation.
Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't totally resolved, but at least her mom apologized, and they're gonna try to do better, break the cycle, yada yada.
I mean, this is giving me like when Bronwyn confronted her mom. What was her name? Muggy.
Muggsy?
No, it's something like that. It's also not helping that we have our friend who calls her mom Boogie. But anyway, on Salt Lake.
Yes.
And she like, you're such a horrible mom. And then like she, like the next time we saw her, she's all like pleasant and they were getting along like a house on fire. You're just like, what?
It's like up and down. I think, I think probably her mom wanted to, after being called a bad mother in one episode, you kind of want to do better and be like, I care about you. Right. Hugs.
So I guess maybe we'll do the true sign will be if we don't see Joellen's mom do the 180. If she's just all like, no, yeah, that's who I am.
No, she's like, I got my hair done for this. To be yelled at. I made you a bitch.
So awkward.
Very awkward.
I mean, whether the level of truth or not, everyone, whatever. It's so awkward to watch as a viewer. It's like I just don't want to see this person in a gotcha moment. Like she didn't sign up to be on the show.
It was like freaking Dateline.
Yeah, it was very, very
to catch
awkward.
a predator.
To catch a unloving mother.
Right.
So we met Kelsey's mother and her sister, who they all do look very much the same.
Very much same face.
Yes.
Same face.
And as she's moving into her apartment and trying to build furniture, and then Bill
drops the whole thing about her ex is still
paying for things, yes.
Which her mom was like, excuse?
Yeah. You'd think that after 10 years that she'd just be used to kind of all sorts of stuff, there's whatever. Like, you'd have to think that 10 years of your daughter kind of having a sugar daddy, that would just be like water off a duck's back. You'd be like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
Well, I think she thought, like any normal person, is that once you broke up, why would he still be giving you like a apartment to live in and health insurance? And I'm just, again, I don't care if you were together 10 years. You weren't common law. You weren't like engaged, nowhere near being married. Well, nothing to connect you like children. This idea that you are deserving of this, especially when you've moved on with another dude. Like, come on.
So I think it's fair, and I think it's wonderful that her ex wants to give her something, get her on her feet. I think that's great. I think she's very fortunate to have that.
Yes.
When she says, I'm entitled to something, that's where I have the problem, where I'm just like, no, you're not entitled to that. Like, that's the reason why people get married. That's the reason why people have, contracts and like joint accounts and things together, like build life. Like, that's why. Like, you're not entitled to that. I think it's great that you have that, and I'm not going to, go ahead and get yours, but you're not entitled to it.
You had a great 10-year run, but now you've broken up. So why would you... The assumption that this is... No.
I mean...
Do you not have these savings?
No, well, probably not. I don't know. I mean,
there never was a thought beyond, living with this man in a 6,000 square foot house.
Right. I just think that that's the whole thing, is that he's got more money than he knows what to do with. I'm sure whatever her rent every month is a drop in the bucket for what he makes. So I'm sure it's not putting him out any, or else he wouldn't be doing it.
It looked like a fairly nice place, what we saw of it.
Apparently it was only one bedroom, though, which seemed odd to me that there was just one bedroom upstairs. But we didn't really see the outside of the place, did we?
No, we didn't see the upstairs. What was funny is how she was like, well, now, I'm not going to basically just jump into... like marrying Bill and having kids and getting fat as a tick. I want to...
I've never heard that expression before in my life. It has to be a New England thing, where where there are ticks. So.
True. But when she said, had the audacity to say, I want to be independent now. Girl.
Yeah.
You look up the definition of independent.
Well, I mean, this is the most independent she's been in 10 years. And I mean, there is something to be said for the fact that she was 20 years old when she got into this, and now she's 30. Like, there's a lot of growth that she may or may not have done in that
I don't think she has.
And
I don't think she's done it.
So, it's just a little bit of arrested development, I'm sure.
Like, I feel like Amanda Francis would have a field day with this chick. You outsourced your happiness and your self-worth to a man. And
God, just being part of Amanda's little club is really, you're just speaking like her now. It's pretty crazy. Uncanny.
Hi, loves.
No. I forgot that. I should have remembered the beginning of the episode where we see the perimeter of Rosie's new addition.
Yes.
While her dog's shitting on camera. I don't need the Housewives to show me a dog pooping.
I never need to see a dog pooping.
Yeah, never need it. Never need it. They did that on that where they adopted the dogs. Was that on New Jersey?
Oh God, no, Potomac.
Potomac. Yeah, I don't need that. And then
at least they
blurred it out.
But it was just like a shit fest.
Don't need that. So I'm also a little confused because Rosie's current house is over a garage, right?
Correct.
So that's why you walk in and you go up the stairs. So is the one next door being built to the same level, or is that going to be like the basement that they're like?
I feel like it's me taller. I don't understand why they didn't just like tear down the entire thing. I guess they need obviously a place to live, but it just seems this addition. I need to see the blueprints.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see the blueprints because I don't understand. I'm not doubting the square footage. I'm doubting the shape of things.
I want the layout. I want to know. I guess what they're probably going to do is they're going to make that their garage, and they're going to have a unit over the garage, and then the rest of the house is going to be next door.
I don't know. Again, she needs to post this online.
Yeah, I'm very curious about it as well.
I should start following her. Yeah.
I like how when Kelsey comes over, she has the plans out and she has a little measuring tape out there.
So yeah, before we get...
Did we miss anyone?
Make sure, let me read my notes.
No, I think we got everyone.
Yes. So,
okay. I think...
Set the scene.
So Kelsey comes over in her Land Rover, somehow with a CB attachment that blasts out through a PA, which I've never seen before. There might be. I don't know. Maybe that's something that Range Rovers have.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I know they have built-in umbrellas apparently somewhere in the car. I don't know. But the fact that she comes over with the CB making little siren noises, or did she have a musical horn installed? Like, did you ever know anyone with a musical horn?
No.
Growing up, there was someone on our street had one, and it was always cool. But I think the thing that I remember the most, now that I think about it, is most musical horns just played Dixie, which I don't think is really a good thing to have these days.
No.
But I think it's also because the Dukes of Hazzard.
I was going to say.
That's probably why that was a popular musical horn.
Look away.
Yeah.
Look away.
But one of our neighbors had a musical horn. It played more than just Dixie, but I remember that was the one we made it do all the time because of the Dukes of Hazzard. So yeah, it was just really odd that the Land Rover would have that. I'm like, okay. And then she comes over blasting the sirens.
Because as a joke.
As a joke. Being all like,
House police,
which, okay. I don't think it was a very funny joke. I just think it was a dumb joke to begin with. Like, yes. Rosie definitely, in my mind, overreacted. I think she could have been like, that was just a dumb joke, and like been a little bit more cool about it.
And talked some smack in her confessional and be like, whatever, let's get off the haircut.
Right.
Although she was prepared to like throw shade, like, look at my plans.
Right.
Let's get the tape measure. We'll go out right now. We can measure the 5,000 square feet, Right.
And so I think that could have been done a lot more lighthearted. But I guess when you're already kind of irritated with someone and they come over and they're making all the noise, and especially when she's like, it is a little embarrassing when she has neighbors and stuff.
Right. She lives in a nice neighborhood.
Again, it'd be one thing if she came over just doing the PA stuff and like right when she pulled in the driveway, fine. But the fact that she pulls into the neighborhood blasting and like doing it the whole way in.
If she had a badge like as soon as Rosie answers the door, house police, right. I'm here to examine your square footage.
And house police doesn't even make sense. It should have been like, I'm a home inspector.
Yes.
Just some sort of thing,
Right. The siren, yeah, I can't imagine. I would not be embarrassed to be like, that's just really annoying. And her dog was agitated. People on Reddit were really concerned about that dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, oh my God, the poor dog. I didn't even think about that.
I could tell that Kelsey was just like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like,
I think it was, I think she went from 0 to 60 really quick. Rosie did.
Yes.
But also, I think that she thought that they were sliding backwards, and Kelsey was going back to ragging on her and being nasty towards her, and the joke was dumb, and it just, she also had a lot of like stored up anger that she just
clearly,
when confronted at the castle, she was like, okay, if you believe that, like, she let it go, water off duck's back. But finally she was like, no, I am not letting go. Because even Rich said early in the episode, after a while, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. And she apparently took this as her moment, and it clicked.
Yeah.
And she went off.
It was so hard to hear what Kelsey was saying because Rosie's voice really registers
the volume.
And then from what I could tell when we rewound it and watched it back, that basically Kelsey was just trying to be like, Rosie, like trying to calm her down a little bit and trying to get a word in edgewise and be like, I think she could have more easily said, I wasn't trying to be a bitch, I wasn't trying to make this worse. I was really trying to make a joke. But she didn't say that fast enough and didn't say it in a way. So, it's just weird. Like, I understand why Rosie's upset the way that she is, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how this could have been different.
No, because Kelsey wouldn't, if she had said, it's a joke, I'm sorry if you took it that way, even give like a little half-ass apology. I'm sorry if you took it that way or if you're whatever, but I'm not coming for your house again.
Right.
We're cool. I'm here to cut your hair. I want a bond, whatever.
Right.
But it just, you're right. Rosie just went off. it was pretty funny how she said, "Where's your house? Where's your career? Where's your husband? You have none of that." Mm-hmm. And then when Kelsey tried to come back with, "I have a career," and she said, "Sucking dick is not a career."
Yeah.
Like, she just literally just kept going at her, and at a decibel that Kelsey could not compete with. And she was just like backing up and Rosie was just so fast too, and then brought up the pageants, how the sugar daddy bought her that win in the pageant.
That was also the kind of the part that I don't know, like the fact that Kelsey's really only comeback was, I earned that fair and square. I wrote fair and square. Like the fact that the crowning achievement of your life so far was your pageant, and like that's,
how dare she?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it was
something for sure.
And then when Rosie just screaming repeatedly, "Get out of my house," grabbed her
and
the suitcase.
Kelsey repeatedly, I will. All I wanted was for Rosie to be like, "Well, then get out of my house."
And she said, "I'll help you." Grabs the suitcase, and then they fight over the suitcase, which was, someone could have fallen down the stairs.
Right.
Grabs the suitcase and chucked it out the door. And then threw her out the door.
And the producers had to be like, whoa, hey,
It's funny too, aside from focusing on the dog, Reddit also is focusing on, they opened the door again. Right. Production opened the door to let Kelsey come back, because Kelsey's like, "You know what? No, I won that pageant fair and square. And I'm going to tell you, you're wrong about that.
Everything else."
"I don't suck dick for money." And which then propels Rosie to say, "You're a slam pig. Everyone knows you're a slam pig.
The entire state knows you're fucking married."
Amen. And you're a slam pig.
Yes.
It was vicious.
It was very vicious. And I'm having a hard time reconciling what we keep hearing from people through social media, that the entire state dislikes Rosie for various reasons.
Right.
But I don't know, so far she's kind of she's fighting back. She's giving back what she's getting.
Yes, and she's housewiving well.
Yeah. So I'm having a hard time, getting on board with this, Rosie's faking it, because she seems so far to be the most genuine not of them, but seems to be reacting in a way that's pretty, reasonable. I mean, a little over the top, but reasonable for someone who keeps treating you like dirt and keeps giving you underhanded compliments and, or backhanded compliments. So,
and won't acknowledge that it's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
And gets your friend to gaslight you about said backhanded compliment. It was a compliment. Oh my gosh.
Rosie even goes into "Oh, I'm so sorry that I questioned the fact that you had multiple boyfriends. That's called polyamory."
That's the definition of polyamory. Yeah.
You did have more than one boyfriend. I didn't know it was, and
it really was stored up resentment.
Yeah. Even when Kelsey was like, what I've done to you, and that's when Rosie's like, "Well, what have I done to you? I've done nothing to you except question that you had two boyfriends." And she
didn't have an answer for it. Because when it comes down to it, Rosie seems pretty, yes, she was quick to anger, but it seems understandable for me.
To me, it seems understandable as well. I don't know, I really wish that Kelsey had come in there and realized maybe, this joke didn't land well.
Right.
The only way I think that could have turned around, instead of Kelsey just being a little bit what the hell's going on, could have just been "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean it that way." Just immediately been just sincerely apologetic. "I thought it would be funny. We're not there yet. I'm sorry."
Well, also too, when it comes down to it, the whole truce was built on very shaky foundation. And they never really resolved the issue of, you think I'm fake, you think I'm a liar, you decimated my character. Mm-hmm. And it was just let's move on. And it wasn't really sincere apologies on both ends. It was more just we just want to move forward. And when you don't address the issue, it's hard to move forward, and it's easy to slide back because you're just ready for someone. You're sitting on ready.
Yeah.
And the thing happened, and Rosie just went with it.
Yeah. I mean, as much as it made good TV, I would have liked for Rosie to keep her cool a little bit more and not go so far, so deep, so low, so fast.
Right, but I think it definitely gave of the season so far, the Housewives moment. Like, that's Housewives. Kicking someone out of your house and then reading them for filth as you're doing it and chucking out their suitcase.
Yeah.
That's some good Housewives.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like to see that from the clips from next week that, clearly Kelsey leans into it.
Yes.
And like tries to make light of it and everything. And I wonder how well that goes over.
Well, I feel like, I know no matter what, I feel Liz and Joellen will definitely be on Kelsey's side.
Oh, I think you're right.
And only Ashley will be the one defending Rosie again.
Yeah.
And I think Alicia will be kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just... And I think that's the other thing that frustrates Rosie. Like, why do you have it out for me? Unless you're going to say it on camera, what the issue is. Right. It just seems like you're picking on me.
Because that's what she said when she said, I'm tired of you and I'm tired of the clique. And so I'm just like, oh, now you brought the other ladies into it. And that's just going to cement more animosity.
But at least she wasn't like, that bitch Joellen and that, like, cranky menopausal lady Liz.
Yeah, that would have been like, just, here's a coffin, here's a nail.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I want to know what everyone has against Rosie other than being fake.
It needs to be addressed. They need to come with the receipts because she's going to come with hers.
Right.
And they need to really address this and actually be able to move forward.
Right. But I think they're never going to move forward because I don't think Kelsey's ever going to admit she's wrong about anything.
No, because she's not mature enough to do it.
Really? That's what you're coming down to? Maturity?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she isn't there. I don't know. It's a lot of privilege. It's a lot of just things entitlement, things handed to you, and not really having to. Yes, I know she had a brain tumor.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if it was a brain tumor. It was a tumor
Okay.
because there's a clip of her in the
Kelsey?
Yeah.
Oh.
In this USA pageant, and it talks about how she beat the tumor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, God, you're an asshole now. Kidding. Totally kidding.
This is not a Teddy Mellencamp situation. She is totally fine. I don't know what kind of tumor it was. I need to Google that before I say it. But I'm not saying she hasn't had hardship.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And that we're not saying she hasn't accomplished anything. She hasn't had everything handed to her.
You're right. She is trying to do something with, being a hairdresser and whatnot. And I think she's great at that. Although I did shade it a few episodes ago.
It's fine.
With Ashley's haircut. But my thing is, I don't know what I think is anymore. I just think the maturity isn't there.
Got it.
For me.
Yeah, I'm assuming Rosie didn't just get handed all of her, jobs and stuff that she got. I mean, they all have privilege. But I feel like Rosie's at least had a job. I don't know.
I think Rosie's actually funny.
Yeah.
Kelsey was giving, Teresa, it's a joke. Ha ha, funny. And it's like, only you're the only one who thinks this is funny.
Right. Yeah.
There was a better way. I guess the badge, like home inspector.
And just making it just like a throwaway,
and more gleeful, right. and not blowing up siren.
Not publicly embarrassing her.
Right.
Or, which I think that gives
that I think was really the kicker.
Yeah.
Had she not done the siren, had she just been like, so if she'd come with her own measuring tape,
right.
Let's get down and let's really, settle this once and for all.
And then, she acted all kind of like Kelsey was a little bit like, well, why do you have the plans out? And it's like, well, because you've been questioning me on all this
and now
stuff.
You're at my house. So,
yeah.
Let's go. Watch the dog poop.
Or was it that Rosie just pissed off that, she had a shtick set up that Kelsey overshadowed? I don't know. So
I had my shtick prepared.
You ruined it with your damn siren. Your musical horn on your Land Rover. What the hell?
So weird.
Yeah, it was a good episode, though.
It was.
I think also for it being one of those episodes that goes through each of the ladies and what they're doing, I think they did it really well.
Right. I actually liked what they each had going on.
Sometimes when we see this happen, we're just like, oh, okay, this is they're hanging out with their husband. Oh, they're at a barbecue,
Right. So, it just seems throwaway.
Yeah, this was good update on everything that's going on. We got to see Alicia driving. Not running people over. It was very nice.
Dolo made an appearance.
It was good. It was good. It was nice. All right. Well, then I think we'll call this one a wrap and talk about it next time.
Next time.